Alright, let's not waste any time. This video is just going to be me explaining to you why I think the original Overwatch is better than what we got now in Overwatch 2. Well, let's get into it. Before anyone says anything, I think the gameplay is amazing, a lot like 2 years into Overwatch, not like it was the last 2 years, but what I'll be talking about is everything surrounding the gameplay. And the best way to start with that is what I think is the biggest terrible thing that this game has, and that's the fact that I cannot play with my friends until I'm ranked in every single category for competitive. And the way they have the ranking system is you either win 7 games or lose 20 games, and then you get placed in that category. So, the minimum amount of games that you would need to play to be ranked in every single category, this is assuming you win every single game you play, is 28 games. That's like 4 or 5 hours of your time, not including the queue. And getting past that to something more realistic, let's go to the other end. That could be a maximum of 104 games. That's assuming you lose 19 games, you win 7. So that is just a ridiculous amount of time you have to put into the game just so you can play with friends. I managed to play with my friend on PC last night, and I wasn't ranked in every category, but with my friend on Xbox, we've been trying since the game came out, and we can't. So maybe that was fixed in the past couple days, but it definitely wasn't as of like 3 days ago. Next on our list from 2014 YouTube, when top 10s were just the hottest thing, is you can't endorse the enemy team anymore. Like, that is something I always used to love to do. Just whenever my team was shitty or the enemy team was very fun to play with, like an enemy widow and I was a widow and we just went back and forth, it was nice to endorse the enemy team. There was a sense of camaraderie between the entire lobby in Overwatch 1 that you just can't have in 2 anymore. At least you can't have it in a gameplay sense because they literally took it away from you. So, yeah. This will be a 2-in-1. Do you remember at the end of every game in Overwatch 1 when it would have those things pop up at the end of the game and you could vote for who was the best? Like who had the most gold medals, who did the most damage, and it would show for both teams, and both teams would vote for a player. But that was just a small little feature, it wasn't anything huge, but that's gone now. And the statistics that they tracked in those, like medals, that's completely gone now. There's no gold damage, there's no gold, silver, medal, anything anymore, which is really sad. And if you want to argue that it's because they don't want people comparing between each other on their team, you can just press tab in Overwatch 2 now and see everyone's stats in very high detail. You couldn't do that in Overwatch 1 and people would still compare to each other and be like, oh, I have gold damage, what are you doing? I have gold limbs, what are you doing? But, you know, they get rid of the medals, but they keep the stat tracking, which just doesn't make sense to me. It just feels better when you get medals along with being able to tell you're doing the best on the team or whatever. It just doesn't make sense to me why a feature like that is gone. Moving back to competitive, you don't earn comp points after games anymore. I don't know what the system is for earning comp points, but before in Overwatch 1, after every single game you played in ranked, as soon as you were actually placed in a rank, you would earn points. At the end of every game, it'd be like anywhere between like 5 and 20 points, and that would just happen every game, and then at the end of the season, you would earn points as well. The way I understand it works now is you earn some points when you get placed, and then you earn points at the end of the season depending on your rank. I don't see why they got rid of earning points for each game. Like, it's not like you can pay for competitive points anyway, so it's not a monetary thing. Just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But, you know, a lot of the stuff on this list just doesn't make sense, so hey, I guess it fits with the theme. This one might sound a bit controversial, but if you think about it for a second, it is actually really bad, and that is the fact that you can't get loot boxes anymore, and there's no replacement for those loot boxes. So in Overwatch 1, you play the game for an hour or two, you get a couple loot boxes, and boom, you got some voice lines, you got some sprays, you got some skins. Just simple as that. You play the game for a bit, you get some skins. Now, it's you play the game for 3 hours, you might get 1 tier in the battle pass. If you haven't paid the $20 for that battle pass, there you go. You just wasted 2 hours of your time to get a hot nothing at all. And combined with that, those couple hours that you play in the game, you don't earn XP anymore. The battle pass is all you earn any progress towards, so if you're not paying money for that battle pass, your time that you're putting into the game isn't going anywhere. It's just, I know I'm not playing this to get some sort of monetary reward, but when I can't even see a level go up anymore, like I don't earn XP anymore, it's just I will always be level 270 from now until the end of the time, unless I complete the entire battle pass. then I think maybe you start earning XP again. Like, that's gross. Why can't I just level up and earn XP towards the battle pass? I don't get why they have to be separate, because you don't get anything for leveling up anymore anyway, since there is no loot boxes. It's just a completely pointless change that makes playing the game seem less worthwhile in general. Like, you are getting less out of playing Overwatch 2 than you would in Overwatch 1, objectively, which just sucks. Expanding on the earning system, the fact that you don't level up and the fact there's no loot boxes, there's no way to earn coins anymore either. The yellow coins, yeah, sure, you can earn 50 of them a week, so in 2 years you might be able to get a skin. Good for you. But the white coins, the ones you would get for duplicates in loot boxes in Overwatch 1, you don't earn them anymore. And since there's no loot boxes, there's no getting those skins at all in general. So if you weren't someone who played Overwatch 1, you aren't getting coins anymore. Those old skins, those old sprays, those old voice lines, you literally have no way to get them at all. Like, zero. Which, it makes no sense at all to me. It's crazy. And it's just like, yeah, great system, guys. You can't earn 3/4 of the content that is in this game. Hell yeah. I touched on this one, but for the golden coins, the challenges and the challenge system is just, it gives so little that there's almost no point to doing it. Like 50 coins a week, who gives a shit? That's not, amazing. You aren't going to be able to buy anything in the time that you will still be invested in this game. Anyone who's playing this game 2 years from now probably doesn't care about earning skins or anything. So, the earning system, completely pointless. It's just there so that they can say, well, yes, you can earn the premium currency. And then in brackets, but you'll never have enough to actually buy anything. So, that's gross. I think we all understand that at this point. So let's move on to other stuff that I doubt people have really talked about. How about the fact that there is no on fire bar or visual anymore at all? When you got on fire in Overwatch, your character would be like, I'm on fire, and then the little thing in the bottom left would be on fire. Everyone in the lobby could see that you're doing well. Like, there's a visual for everybody if they press tab, if they, you could see that you're on fire. That's not in the game anymore. But what's really weird is if you pay attention, your characters still say that. Your characters will still say, I'm on fire. But there's no bar, there's no visual, even for you. There is no visual for you personally at all. There's nothing. But they left the voice lines in, and the system is still very obviously there. If you get 3 kills in a row on your own, you get an alt that, team wipes them, you'll hear your character say, I'm on fire, or you'll hear that little sound effect. But there's no visual anymore. There's no nothing. It's like, why is that gone? What part of the game was made worse because the on fire thing was there? And why was it taken out so lazily that the characters still say the voice line, there's still the sound effect and everything, but they just got rid of the bar and the visual? It's just a completely, why is this changed change? Continuing with the why is this changed change is, if you were ranked in Overwatch 1, no matter what your rank was, you will be placed 2 full ranks or more lower than what you were in Overwatch 1. I had a problem with Overwatch 1 before as well, because say you placed silver in Season 42. In Season 43, if you won all of your games in a row, you were still going to be placed silver. That's stupid, but in Overwatch 2, you were placed gold, you win all your 7 games in a row, you are going to be placed in bronze. You have no say in it. You could play like an absolute god, kill everybody on the enemy team, make it a complete stomp out for all of your games, and you will be placed in bronze. Unless you were placed in Diamond or Plat, you will be placed in Bronze in Overwatch 2 when you get ranked. It's just, there's no debate. And they've publicly stated that this was a purposeful thing that they did. And that's just, why? What's the point of forcing everybody into Bronze? And their public statement was, we want everyone to have fun competitive games, so we're placing you in lower tiers so you win more often when you're finally placed. But what that means for people who actually want to get to a high rank is, hey, you gotta play for 3 times longer than you would before. If you were placed in Plat, you would just work your way back to Diamond. Well, sorry, buddo, you gotta work your way all the way up from Silver or Bronze, because we want you to have more fun. One last why is this changed change is the fact that in Ranked, you can't tell anyone else's rank anymore. You can't even see your own rank. In old Overwatch, it would be replaced by your level. Like in normal play, you would see your level, the amount of stars, and your border and everything. In ranked, your level number would be replaced with your rank in competitive. Now, nothing. There's literally nothing. You can't see your level in game because why would you? You don't even level up anymore. But you also can't see your rank or anyone else's rank in competitive. Why? Like, why has this changed? It makes no sense. And the final one today that I've seen literally no one touch anything on, that sounds kind of gross, but we're going to go with it, is the fact that there is no compensation for people who played Overwatch 1, who paid that $40 for the original game. There's no compensation for having paid that money for the original game. Like, you are the exact same as a free-to-play player, besides the fact that you have earned skins and stuff. Like, you get to keep the stuff you earned in the game before. But that $40 you spent to play the game originally, there is no replacement for that at all. The people who paid for the original game don't get the free battle pass. They don't get a couple of those yellow amazing coins. There's nothing. We are the exact same as a free-to-play player, except for we get the privilege of keeping the stuff that we earned in the original game. I'm assuming that most people who would be speaking on this are influencers who are like, who cares? It's $40. They didn't even think about it. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, that was money spent that has no show for it being spent now. It's just like, yes, I spent $40 on a game that doesn't exist anymore. And the only thing I have to show for it is the stuff that I earned in the game after paying for it. I didn't pay for the skins that I have. I earned those skins. The stuff I paid for has legitimately no showing. There's no anything saying to anyone that, hey, I paid for the game. Nothing at all. It's just, I have the privilege of keeping the skins that I had before, which is just gross to me. And I don't understand why no one said anything. Maybe it seems too entitled, like, oh, I deserve to have something above the other people. But, yes, I do. I do. I paid money while other people didn't. So why not give the people who bought the original Overwatch a free battle pass? That's half of the money that was spent on the original game. Why can't the people who paid get a free battle pass for the first season? That seems fair to me. Nothing crazy. They're not losing anything too bad. It makes the people who played before start with a better experience at baseline. But no, you can't cut into those profits of the people who would just mindlessly immediately see a battle pass and be like, alright, I gotta play it so that I'm immediately on another tier from the other people. Like, it's gross. I'm rambling, but it doesn't make any sense to me that something as simple as that wasn't even done. Like, it's so clear that Overwatch 2 was just put out to make a profit. Like, the amount of the rewards, every system surrounding the gameplay just screams, I want to make a profit. We don't care. It's just make some money so that we can keep funding the PvE mode that was supposed to be done last year. It's gross. The gameplay is amazing, but everything surrounding the gameplay in Overwatch 2 sucks. And I don't think there's really much of a debate for that. So, yeah, I'll take my rambling self out the door. Hope you enjoyed, and, yeah, see you later.